All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's start our live session. This is admissions office counselors in front of you. My full name is Jamshid Ahmed Aliyev. I'm a marketing and PR officer here at Webster University in Tashkent. And here we are to help you and answer some of the questions that you might have. You can ask those questions on anywhere where you are watching this live session, and then we will be saving those questions, and then we'll be asking them from our admissions officers. So I'm going to give the floor to Azima, our graduate admissions officer. If you could introduce yourself shortly, please.
Hello everyone, my name is Azima. I'm a graduate admission officer at Webster University, and if you have any questions related to admissions, you can approach us and we'll be happy to assist you.
Great, thank you, Azima Khan. Now it's turn to Barno. Could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
My name is Barno Kolikova, and I'm an undergraduate admissions officer here at Webster. So if you have any questions regarding undergraduates, you can ask me.
Thank you. So previous month, we posted a post about our live session, and there we asked people to ask any questions they might have towards the admissions. And we've already received a few of the questions, and we will be going by one, and then I will be asking those questions from you girls, and then we will continue answering the questions which they have asked or they are asking on the live session. Okay, so I see that we have a lot of people joining us in today's live session. We're so excited to see you all. Thank you very much for joining this live session. And again, I'm going to repeat myself. Don't forget to ask if you have any questions. Please ask them here on Instagram, Telegram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So the first question I have, I think it's for you, Azima Khan. The first question comes from Gulnora. Can we completely study master's degree online? That's the question.
So thank you for your question. And yes, you can study fully online. We have both online and offline mode of education. And in your diploma, there won't be any statement regarding the mode of education, so you can freely study online.
Great. So what they can only study online, only EDIN or TESOL?
All programs.
All programs.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. EDIN, MBA, MIT TESOL program.
Awesome. Thank you. So I will be some of the questions which we have received is in Uzbek, so I will be translating those into English, and then you can answer them in English. I think the next question towards both of you, it's all about Michigan English test. When is it going to be conducted, and what's the minimum score, and what is it itself? So some of the people who ask these questions want to know a little bit more about the Michigan test.
Okay, I will answer it. So the Michigan test is an American test. You can get more information about it online, and it will be conducted every week here at Webster until the 31st of July. You can register prior to the test, so we will announce the dates soon, so you can register to the dates and to the time that you would like, and you will be provided with a contract, and you can pay for it and take the tests. Regarding the scores, the test is sent directly to the USA. They send us the scores. They tell us whether a student has passed or failed, so we can only tell you whether you have passed or failed.
Great, thank you very much. And so this is also an exclusive update on Michigan test. Soon you will be able to see the posts regarding the exact dates, and then those people who are interested will be able to register for the test.
Exactly.
Right? Thank you very much. Now the next question is about application process. What documents do I need to apply for bachelor's? And then we can also talk about master's degree. Could you please repeat what documents they need to apply for Webster?
Mm-hmm. So for the bachelor's degree, you need 3 documents. The first one is your passport or government ID We need both sides of it. And if you send us your passport, we also need the page in your passport in which your address is indicated. Number one. So number two is your English proficiency examination score. You can either take the IELTS, it has to be at least 5.5, but with 5.5 it's ESL, so 6 is good. Or you can take our Michigan test, or you can also provide us with TOEFL or SAT. The third document is your final 11th grade transcripts, which you will most probably receive in about 2 weeks. If you want to apply right now, you can also send us your grades from your 10th and 11th grade with a notarized translation. But if you are studying at Lyceum or college, then you have to provide us your grades from your first and second year, but also with a notarized translation. Or once you finish, you should provide us with your final diploma with the grades in Uzbek and the notarized translation of the grades. So these are the 3 documents you will need.
And in master's degree, you will need to fill out the online application form. And during the application process, you will need to submit 3 main documents. First one is the scan of your passport. The second one is the scan of your diploma with transcript, and it also should be notarized, translated. And the third one is the English proficiency examination score. It should be IELTS or TOEFL, or you can take the Michigan test. And the minimum acceptable score for IELTS is 6.
Thank you. Thank you very much for clarifying that. The next question is about also Michigan test. How long does it take to get the results? That's the question we received in comment section.
Usually within a week, right?
Maximum 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
10 working days.
And how many years do students study at Webster for bachelor's and for master's?
Okay.
And can they finish it earlier?
Can I start?
Of course.
Thank you. So in master's degree, we have 3 programs: MBA, MA Eden, and MIT SOL program. In MBA, you will need to study 2 years. However, you can complete it in 1.5 years if you will take 2 courses in 1 term. And MIT SOL and MA Eden program, in these programs, you will need to study 1 year only.
And for the bachelor's programs, you have to finish within 6 years, but you can finish the program in 4 years. And if we also have summer semesters, so if you take summer semesters, there is also a possibility to finish earlier in 3.5 years.
Great, thank you. And the next question that we received is regarding the scholarships. Are there any scholarships for bachelor's and master's degree students?
So for bachelor's, we do not have scholarships, but there is a government scholarship that you can apply. But this is only for first-year students that have already paid half of their tuition fee for the first year. And
next question, which Lola asked in the comment section, is about deadlines. When is the deadline for master's degree?
So if you want to start your classes in August, you will need to fill out the online application until July 20th. So this is the deadline for application.
Thank you. And how about bachelor's?
For bachelor's, the deadline is July 31st for everyone. So you must already have fill out the application form and submit it by this time. And submit all your documents as well.
Okay, there is an interesting question just about this. Someone is taking their IELTS test in July and they will get the results in August. Is there any way they can apply for Webster?
Unfortunately, there isn't, because they must submit all documents by July 31st.
But they can take the Michigan test, right?
Yes, they can take the Michigan test. As I mentioned before, it will be conducted every week until the end of July.
Thank you. And there's a question about minimum IELTS score. You mentioned that somebody who has 5.5 in IELTS is an ESL, something related about ESL. So could you please clarify that?
So Webster University, we usually accept 6.0. but we also accept 5.5 with a ESL as an ESL student. This means that during the first year, the students they cannot take classes aside from core classes. They also have to take English classes in order to improve their English by the end of the first year. So that's what ESL means. They just have extra English classes.
Thank you. So many questions are about, you know, something similar. There is a question by Salih. He asks, I applied for application for Webster in January, but I didn't study. How can I apply again? And is it still covered? I think what Salih wants to ask is, he applied in January. Mm-hmm. Is it still valid? Is his application still valid to apply for August?
So if his, for undergraduate degree, if his English proficiency score has not been expired yet, you should send us an email, we will review it, and we can change the entry term for him. What about for master's?
It's the same procedure here. We can change the term and he can study from the August intake as well.
Great. Right after receiving the contract, how long should it take to pay the fee? That's the question.
As soon as possible, you should pay. And the deadline is a week before your classes start for master's degree.
Yes, as soon as you pay, the sooner you pay, the sooner you will be registered to classes and you will be able to choose your classes.
Yeah, you will have your schedule on hand.
Not choose the time, but maybe like some of the types of classes you want.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Next question is about career after Webster. Where do people can work after graduating Webster? That's an interesting question.
So we do have a career center, and the career center provides internships and job opportunities for undergraduate and graduate degrees. Our students, they send their CVs, they go through interviews, and those who have been accepted, they work. So for undergraduate degree, more than 50% of our students work and study at the same time. And once they finish university, of course, working somewhere, getting into a certain job, all depends on the student itself. We will provide everything we can, all the help we can, but at the end of the day, the student will be responsible for their job.
Great. And how about master's degree alumni?
So in master's degree, our students, they are already working. And however, we, as Barna mentioned, we have the career fair, and during this event, you have a lot of opportunity to apply any companies you want. It depends on your plans and your degree.
Great. Next question is about double major. Someone has heard of it, but doesn't necessarily have adequate information regarding this. Could you please clarify what is double major and major and minor?
Mm-hmm. So for double major, it's available for undergraduate students. They can choose 2 degrees at the same time, but they will have to work a little extra hard because they will have more classes. It may be more difficult because they will have more core classes. And it is possible, but they might study for 1 year, for 1 semester extra for double major. For major minor, it won't be as intensive, but they will also have extra classes, and it may be a bit harder for them. But it's possible.
Great. Another question is about dormitory facilities. Does Webster provide dormitory facilities for those who are coming from other regions or countries?
I think this question is for bachelor's. However, in master's degree, we do not provide this opportunity because the classes are just 1 or 2 times in a week.
Mm-hmm. For bachelor's, it is provided only for the first year students, for the freshmen, as we call it. But there are limited amounts of spaces. So in order to have a place, you have to pay the tuition fee as soon as possible and write your name on the list. And we don't have, we have, I think, just a little more than 100 places. So it's very competitive. We recommend you to find like a place to live, but maybe some of your course mates, that's not at the university.
Next question is also interesting. The question goes like this. I'm finishing my bachelor's degree soon, but since I studied with governmental scholarship budget, I cannot get my diploma yet. How can I apply for master's at Webster?
So you can apply with your transcript, зачетка, and we can admit you provisionally. And once you get your diploma, you will be admitted fully. However, there should be a document that you graduated your bachelor's degree.
There's also one question about dormitory. Somebody asked for the fee. How much is the monthly fee for the dormitory?
Honestly speaking, I do not know the exact fee, but if you send us an email, I will find out and I will reply to you as soon as possible.
Great. Now I think the comment section questions are over. We'll be going to the live questions. Some of us are already asking questions here on live on Instagram and other social media platforms. And I see a lot of Gorloks who have already applied and been admitted to Webster. We congratulate to all of them.
Great.
Yes. I have a question from Almuvic. When will be next open door event? I think it's about bachelor. So when will be next open doors?
So the next open doors will be on the 9th of June. So next week. Be ready and you are welcome to come.
And how about the next open house event?
So once we conduct open house event, we will announce it in our social media. Please stay tuned.
Great. There's a question by Ozoda Saidulaiva, and it's about credit. There is a thing called education credit. Can I get that for Webster's master's degree program?
Yes, of course, you can do this. We'll prepare a document for you and you can apply for this opportunity.
Great, thank you. We've already answered questions regarding the Michigan test, so the Michigan test posts are coming. Please have some patience. You will be able to register for the, how many dates were there? 8 dates?
Every week, yes.
On Tuesday.
So
On Tuesday every week for 8 weeks.
for 8 weeks, right? Good, okay. And the registration is only online, right?
Yes, it's online. So once we post posts on Instagram and in our Telegram channels and in other social media,
Amazing.
there will be a link. And when you go into the link, you will have the opportunity to choose the dates in which you will take the tests.
Thank you. Madinahan is interested when the study starts, studies for bachelor's and master's.
In master's degree, the classes will start in August 15.
And bachelor's August 21st.
There's Fen O'Malley who is very interested in media studies program. Could you please talk a little bit about it?
So the media studies program, it covers journalism, it covers taking videos, photography, and communication between different organizations. So if you are very creative, you like the things that I just mentioned, then it's for you.
Great. M. Tolobjanov is studying at London School of Economics right now, and he's interested in transfer opportunities. Could you please talk a little bit about transferring from another university to Webster if they are bachelor's degree student?
Mm-hmm. Transferring is possible, but first we have to look at your transcript. We have to make sure that you do not have fails. If you do have fails, those classes will not be, those credits will not be transferred to our university. But overall, it's possible. If you studied in a university with accreditation for the first language being English, you will not need an English proficiency examination score. But if it's like in a different language, then you will need it. Also, if you study in a foundation year program, for example, at different international universities here in Tashkent, because are based on the UK system, they will have a foundation program and we do not. So one foundation year program is equal to one semester here at Western. You have to take that into account. There will be a possibility you might lose one semester.
Thank you very much for a very great clarification about the transferring opportunities. There's a question by Dildora Marhasilovna, and it's about education and innovation master's degree program. She's interested in the duration of this program. How long?
1 year. In 1 year, you will get your diploma and certificate as well. So if you start your classes in August, you will complete the program in August next year.
Thank you. There's a question by Happy Woman. Good afternoon. Are you accepting Duolingo?
No, we don't accept Duolingo. You can take IELTS, TOEFL, or Michigan test at Webster University.
Javlonbek is asking about, can Webster students do work and travel?
Work and travel is not a program associated with any university. We can give you a document confirming that you are a student here at Webster, but it's a different program provided by a different agency outside of the university, so it's up to you if you want to do it during the summer.
And in master's degree, we have study abroad opportunities for MBA and MA students. You can study abroad as well.
There's a question we received on LinkedIn. How is Webster different than other international universities in Uzbekistan?
So this is the first American university in Central Asia. Yeah.
And it was opened in 2019 according to the presidential decree. It's also an internationally accredited, so your diploma not only will be accepted in Uzbekistan, but it will also be accepted in different countries around the world. Furthermore, we also have several campuses around the world where you will have the opportunity to study abroad. We have 4 campuses in Europe, we have campuses in the USA, and it was initially founded in 1915 in the USA.
And I think another thing which differentiates Webster is its opportunity for double major, right?
Double major, major minor, yes, of course.
And in master's degree, you will receive your diploma from St. Louis. There won't be any statement about the location that you studied at Tashkent. You will receive it from USA.
Bachelor's as well. It will be the same exact diploma that the students in St. Louis Webster receive. There will be no difference.
There's a question by Musefa. He or she asks, if we score low on the Michigan test for master's degree, will ESL course be free for us?
The ESL course costs $300. If you will get this course, you will need to pay this amount of money. However, you have the second chance. You can take the Michigan test twice, the maximum, and you can take actually IELTS also.
Thank you. Husinov asks about the tuition fees for bachelor's and master's degree programs for a year.
For bachelor's, it's $3,680, and until you finish university, it will not change. It will stay the same.
And in master's degree, we have 3 graduate programs, as I mentioned before. MBA program costs $7,500, and MA and MA TESOL program costs $4,455.
Bintu Saturn asks, can we do a double major and a minor all at the same time?
I know you can do individually a double major and a major minor, but if you send us an email, I can clarify this and reply to you as soon as possible.
Great. Betty says that she's a senior and she is expecting her graduation diploma. Can she still apply for Webster right now?
For master's.
Is it for master's?
She finished bachelor's.
If she finishing bachelor's, yes, she can apply for master's degree with her unofficial transcript, and she can be admitted provisionally. And until October, she will need to upload her official diploma and transcript, and she will be admitted fully.
Azizhan Kurbanov writes, I got admitted to Webster. Congratulations to me.
Congratulations
to you.
See you soon.
Gulnara asks, can we pay month by month? I think she means the tuition fee. Can it be paid in settlements?
For master's or for bachelor's?
I think for both.
So for master's degree, you can pay on a course basis. So in MBA program, you can pay by $625 per one course, and in Eden MIT Soul program, you will need to pay $810 in by 2 months.
And for bachelor's degree, you should pay in 2 installments. The first installment, 50%, should be paid before studies at the beginning of August, and the second installment will be before the second semester, which will be in December or the beginning of January.
Thank you. We're receiving so many questions that we've already answered. We will also recover those questions once we get back to it. And they're asking about the minimum acceptance score for Michigan test. Could you also clarify that one more time, that about Michigan test minimum acceptance score?
So as I mentioned before, the Michigan test is graded not here in Uzbekistan. We send it to the USA. They only send us whether a candidate has passed or failed the test. But I would recommend you to be at least B2, right?
Yes. And the next question is about PhD. Are there any PhD programs?
For now, we don't have a PhD program at Webster University in Tashkent. We hope that soon we will announce that we will have a PhD program. But for now, there is no PhD.
Good. Lilo asks, I've been admitted to a master's degree, education and innovation, and she asks, can she start studying next year in January?
Yes, she can. However, she will need to send us the email that she wants to change her term, and we will do it for her.
Ibrahim is interested in the number of students who are going to do study abroad.
So the number of students is not limited as long as you have the grades. They require good grades because we want to send our best students to our campuses abroad. We also need for you to be socially active, and the third thing is you have to have a good financial standing because you have to pay for your accommodations, and the number is not limited. So anyone who has interest and anyone who receives a visa is able to do study abroad.
Someone is asking, could you please speak up a little? And
Okay.
Nigina is asking about the tuition fee again. She just joined. I only joined. How much does the contract cost? Could you please repeat that?
For a master's degree, MBA program costs $7,500. Eden and MIT Soul program costs $4,455.
And for the all undergraduate degrees, it costs $3,680.
And Sharaf Khan is asking on LinkedIn regarding the study abroad program. What should the GPA of a student be to be able to go and do study abroad program at Webster?
At least a 3.0, but much higher than that is recommended.
Thank you. Someone is asking about transfer students from other international universities to Webster. Has it been possible, and are there any students who transferred studies from other international universities to Webster?
Yes, it has been practiced before. We have many transfer students who are currently studying here at Webster, who came from other international and national universities in Uzbekistan, as well as other international universities around the world. If they want to get full information, if they want to bring us their transcripts, we can give them a full consultation on campus.
Great. Asluddin has an issue regarding the payment. He's asking if he can postpone the tuition fee payment until June 9th.
June 9th?
Yes.
Of course, because the deadline for the payment is in August, so he still has lots of time.
Great. Musaifa is asking about the practice test for Michigan test, except the official ones on its website. Where can we find practice tests for Michigan test?
So we also do not have the practice test. What we can recommend is maybe go on YouTube, because as I recall, there were some videos in which they gave some practice questions, answers, examples. Do your research.
Mm-hmm. And how long does it take to get the results from St. Louis about the acceptance? He is asking about it.
In master's degree, you will have your admission letter in 2 weeks.
The same as for the undergraduate degree, you will receive your answer within 2 weeks.
Sheikh Rizadeh is asking about Webster T-shirts. Will she have to buy it, or where can they buy it, or are they given for free once she becomes a student?
Once she is a student, she will be provided with the T-shirt and many other gifts on admit day.
Yes. And for undergraduate and graduate students as well, they will be provided with it for free.
And Zile is asking about the quota or the limit of accepting students. Is there a limit of accepting students for bachelor's?
So we are planning to accept about 900 students. Yes.
So,
But there is no limit.
Yeah, there is no limit, but about this much.
mhm. Someone is asking for a scholarship. They studied at Webster. Can they get scholarship to pursue their education here for a master's degree?
Interesting question.
I think they can write an email and then we'll have to clarify it,
it's
right?
better to write an email to us
Mhm.
in those admissions.
Great. Dile is also asking if we could do some live sessions in Uzbek or in Russian for parents. Is it in the plan?
If you want this, and if this is really necessary for you, we could probably do it, or your parents can come for consultations, and we can give them full information in any language that they prefer.
Yes, and you can also call us, and we can talk any language that you prefer.
Yes, and email.
Are there any international students from South Korea? Aida Beck is asking.
Yes, we do have international students, but actually they are, their nationalities, most of them are Uzbek, but they studied in international universities in South Korea, and they transferred their studies to Webster.
And Ahmed Vamiasar is asking, she was accepted to MA TESOL in spring, and now she wants to study her studies in fall. Could she get the contract and continue her, start her studies, or should she reapply again?
There is no need to reapply. You just need to send us an email that you want to start your classes in August, and we will send a new contract for you.
Shamshot is asking, if I graduate from Webster in Tashkent, will my diploma be recognized in America?
Yes, of course.
We have international accreditation in the USA, and we have several international accreditations in Europe, USA, as well as the university was open according to the president's decree in Uzbekistan, so your diploma will be accepted in Uzbekistan as well as abroad.
Okay, I'm done with the live questions. We'll wait a little bit if we have any questions. If you guys have any questions, please write them here and I will ask them.
Could I make a little announcement?
Yes.
So this week we officially have the computer science program available for all undergraduate degrees. So if you're interested, please apply for our computer science program.
And I would like to add, If you don't have your diplomas, official diplomas, you can apply with your transcript, unofficial transcript, which is also called zachotka, and you can be admitted provisionally. This is very important for those who are graduating right now.
Great, thank you very much. Some questions about if I don't have high school diploma, can I still apply? The answer is
It's still possible, but as I mentioned at the beginning, the thing that you should do if you don't have your high school diploma yet is provide us your 10th and 11th official grades from your school with a notarized translation into the English language. So you should provide us these two documents instead of your transcript. But this is for everyone. Once you graduate and once you all receive your official transcript from 11th grade or your final diploma from lyceums or colleges, you must provide them, despite the fact that you have already provided your 10th and 11th grades, provisional grades.
There's also a question again regarding the bank credit for the education. Should they get credit from the bank that we work with, or can they choose any bank and get the credit loan for education?
I think they can choose any bank. Right?
Yes, whichever banks provides it, they can choose.
And they're also asking about scholarships for master's degree program.
So yeah, however, we do not have any scholarship for master's degree.
Good, the questions are coming. We appreciate your time taking to ask questions, and I see that a lot of you have asked very different questions, and I see lots of people being active. We appreciate that. Thank you very much for joining this live session. Shamshat is asking if we can pay tuition fee with the loan.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
of
possible.
course.
Okay, great. So I'm waiting for some more questions.
Okay.
If not, I thank you very much, Azima Khan and Barno Khan, for your time answering the questions. I think it's been a very fruitful session and it's been very informative.
Yes, we are glad to be able to help everyone answering their questions, and if they have any extra questions, you are always welcome to write in the comments, send us emails, call us, or even come to our campus. And we have an open doors event for undergraduates on the 9th where you can get full information. You can also get a campus tour, so that will be really cool for you.
Yeah, and if you have any questions related to graduate admissions, you can always email us or call or visit our office.
Good. Could you please remind the deadlines? I think that's the last.
Until this day, you will need to complete your application by submitting all required documents, which is the first one is scan of your passport, then the diploma with transcript, and the English proficiency examination score.
And for a bachelor's degree, the deadline is July 31st. So by July 31st, you have to fill out the application, click the submit button at the end, and provide the following 3 documents. So also your government ID, your English proficiency examination score, and your final transcript from high school or diploma from college or lyceum.
Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining this live session. Thank you very much, ladies, for answering the questions and being really helpful. So we're looking forward to seeing you as our Gorloks, and see you next time. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.